Philippines. Well, the annual Likhang Habi Market Fair returns for its 13th edition, bringing together over 70 artisans and designers across the country. And this year's theme, Web Woven Wonders, well, this obviously pays homage to the interconnection between our very own traditional weavers and their role in promoting the country's rich culture. Now, to tell us more about this, joining us are Habi PH Council President Mia Villanueva. Good morning, Mia. And Not a Daydream co-owner Rosa Hibbert. Good morning to you, ladies.
Good morning. Good morning, Christine.
You know, I like this, empowered women.
Yes.
You know, just continuing to empower more and more women. And you mentioned, Mia, before we went on air, was that this fair, you've actually, the whole organization has been together for 15 years, but the
Yes.
fair 13 years.
Yes, we started, Habi started in 2009, and the fair started in 2010, and at that time, we only had 11 vendors. But now we're up to 100 this year, so it's quite exciting. Me personally, I started as a vendor,
Yes.
but then now I'm helping with the foundation.
How has it been, the journey from 15 years ago to where we are now? I mean, what are the improvements and the big changes that you have seen because of the foundation and putting all these events together?
Yeah. Well, you know, like you mentioned the theme, Web of Woven Wonders. And that's one thing that I really see a difference with. Things have changed because of the internet, because of technology. So like in the earlier days, I would say we from Habi would have to go far and wide to look for the vendors. We would travel to the south, to the north to find vendors. But now we sent out like through social media, invites, and we got a lot of interest. So that's one thing that really changed also. So the landscape has changed that way. Yeah.
And also the interest. I mean, you mentioned earlier that, of
Yes.
course, younger generation are now,
Yes.
which is really your goal. You wanted
Yes.
the younger generation to embrace our traditional weavers.
Yeah. Again, I think it's also because of technology, no? So you can disseminate the information through Instagram and all these other avenues. And as you said, the younger generation's really much more interested. You can see, and they're bringing a new, yes. And it's not like, I think us older generation used to think it had to be like for formal occasion or for like a costumey thing. But now no more. They're willing to wear it with their jeans. They're
so hip. They're so hip.
And
of
have
course,
made it hip.
They did. And of course, Rosa, you are one of the vendors. Thank you so much. Your story, as Mia mentioned, was quite an interesting one because you moved to the Philippines?
Yes, I moved to the Philippines 5 years ago.
And then, how did you get into all of this?
Yes, well, so this was started by another expat who was very inspired being in Tondo and seeing the impoverished children, the private education, and wants to do something. And, you know, that was very exciting for me as a mother as well, as someone who wants to make a difference. And, you know, because as a mother, you want your children to be safe, well educated and healthy. And being able to help other mothers with this is wonderful.
And because of you have taught mothers how to create bags.
Yes.
So you have empowered them. How has that been? How difficult or how easy has it been? Well, nothing's ever easy, right?
Yes, nothing's ever easy, but I found they're very creative, and what they need was just opportunity. It's someone just to, you know, a little push maybe. And because they want to do it, and they are talented.
And these are your products. So that was a little bit, I mean, this is quite nice.
Yes.
Diba? I mean, it's like waterproof.
Yes, waterproof, and we use fabrics from here as well, from different regions of the Philippines, and everything is made in Tondo, you know, by mothers, and that's making a big difference for them, for the family.
And aside from the Habi Fair, we can also avail of these products like online.
Oh yes, we have a website, Not a Daydream.
Yeah.
PH as well, and Instagram.
So Mia, going back to this fair that's happening October 13th, tama? Like October 13th.
But Christine, I hope you don't mind me interrupting. I wanted to add that, you know, what's important to note is that weaving is really a women's thing. That's why it really promotes the women's groups. Because like usually what happens is in the countryside, it will be the mom, that during the daytime, the husband will go to the farm or something like that. She sends her kids to school and she's weaving. So promoting this brings up their livelihood and their economic position. That's why it's so important to work with these women's groups.
And they are so creative.
Yes,
they are incredible. I don't know, you know, exactly how they do it, but because they are so creative, you establish the competitions for. You have two competitions.
Yeah. So we have the Lourdes Montinola Piña weaving competition, which is on its 6th year. And then we also have the Abaca competition, the Eloisa Hizon Gomez competition. So this is a different way to promote the textiles as well. Yeah.
So paano yun? Now you're gonna like introduce the winners and show them?
Yeah, so
Okay.
we have the
Highlight them?
entries,
Yeah.
and then there's going to be a judging, and then we will announce the winners, and all the pieces will be on exhibit and will be on sale if people are interested during the fair.
Okay, so let's focus on the fair happening, October 13th to the 15th. Of course, 72 vendors. What else can we find in the fair? The competition.
Yes, we also have textile exhibit, because at Habi, we're trying to promote education of the textiles, not just the selling. So the fair is not just a selling thing. We're gonna have that exhibit. It's done by this visual artist called Paul Jataina. It will have I think it'll be interesting also for the youth, because it'll have an interactive visual component where they will learn about the different textiles, the history, and how it came about.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's quite interesting. Yeah.
It is, and of course, with all that we have home decor, we have the bags, we have jewelry, of course, we have clothes.
Yeah.
All this for us to enjoy and promote. And thank you so much for both of you for continuing to empower so many women and for bringing this to the light. So once again, we have the Habi PH Council President Mia Villanueva and Not a Daydream co-owner Rosa.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.